Welcome guys to Easy Pharmacology. My name is Alexander and today we are going to be talking about pharmacokinetics. And in this video, we're going to be discussing the importance and the basis of pharmacokinetics and the reason why it is important in pharmacology. Pharmacokinetics is actually a word derived from two Greek words, pharmakon and kinetikos. In Greek, pharmakon means drug, while kinetikos means movement. So when you join the two words together, pharmacokinetics deals with drug movement. Okay? Pharmacokinetics means drug movement throughout the body. And now, pharmacokinetics actually have processes. It actually have processes that actually help this drug move into the body and also help leave the body. So these processes that actually help drug to gain access to the bloodstream, to the body cells and tissues, and processes that actually still help the drug to leave the body constitute or make up the processes of pharmacokinetics. And there's an acronym for them, which is ADME. ADME stands for absorption, drug distribution, drug metabolism, and drug elimination or excretion. So these are the four major processes involved in pharmacokinetics. Additionally, you can also say pharmacokinetics is also what the drug does to the body. And the drug can actually do two things to the body. The drug can actually result in adverse effects, which are usually unwanted effects of drug action, or they could be therapeutic effects where they actually used to treat different disease conditions. And whether a drug will have adverse effects or therapeutic effects depends on the drug concentration. So concentration is actually what determines whether you are going to obtain adverse effects from a drug or you're going to obtain therapeutic effects from a drug. And also, we can also say pharmacokinetics deals with the cause of drug movement or drug action through the body. So these processes that constitute how drugs gain entrance into the body and how drugs leave the body make up the bulk of what is discussed in pharmacokinetics. Now, we start with the first one, drug absorption. What is drug absorption? Before a drug can actually elicit pharmacological effect, before a drug can actually bring about the reason why it is taken, it needs to, first of all, get into the bloodstream. Because if it does not get to the bloodstream, it cannot have access to different cells, to different tissues, and to different organs. So drug absorption is a process through which drug moves from the point of administration into the bloodstream. So the process by which a drug moves from where it is administered into the bloodstream is what is called drug absorption. And there are different absorption processes. There are different routes of administration, which determines whether the drug will be absorbed faster or not. And drug absorption is dependent on two major factors. We have the patient factors and we also have the drug factors. The patient factors actually include stuff like the first pass effect, which occurs majorly in the liver, and you have the effects of the GIT on the drugs. And also you have the drug factors. The drug factors include factors like the physical chemical factors of the drug, such as the solubility of the drug, ionization of the drug, molecular weight of the drug, and the drug formulation, whether the drug is a tablet, is a solution, is a suspension, all of that. So these are the two major factors that affect drug absorption, patient factors and drug factors. So what determines how much the drug is absorbed depends on these two factors majorly. Then the next process of pharmacokinetics is actually drug distribution. Drug distribution is the movement of the drug from the bloodstream to tissues, cells, and organs where the drug exerts its pharmacological effect. So after absorption, the next stage is distribution. Distribution actually moves the drug from the bloodstream or from the general circulation into the tissues and cells of the body. And now this drug distribution depends on different factors. Among them are plasma protein binding, rate of blood flow to target cells or organs. You have solution of the drug at the fatty tissues, then the blood-brain barrier. So these factors are actually the major factors that determine how much of the drug will get distributed to cells, how much of the drug will get distributed to the tissues, and how much of the drug will elicit pharmacological and physiological effects. After drug distribution, the next pharmacokinetic process is drug metabolism. Drug metabolism can also be called drug biotransformation. In biotransformation, we talk about how the body transforms the drug to a different compound. So the process by which the body transforms the drug to a different compound is what's called drug metabolism or drug transformation. And this process occurs majorly in the liver because the enzymes that aid the metabolism of drugs occur majorly in the liver. And metabolism actually converts non-polar drugs to polar, because for a drug to get absorbed, it needs to be non-polar, it needs to be lipid soluble. But for a drug to leave the body, it needs to be polar. So the process whereby a non-polar drug gets converted to a polar drug is only possible with drug metabolism, and this happens in the liver. So metabolism is also the third major process of pharmacokinetics. And this metabolism occurs in two phases majorly. We have the phase 1 reactions and the phase 2 reactions. So the phase 1 reaction, the phase 2 reactions are actually the reactions that actually help prepare and metabolize or change or transform a former lipid-soluble drug to a water-soluble drug. Before the body can actually excrete or eliminate a drug metabolite, it needs to be converted into a form that the kidney can excrete, and the only form that the kidney can excrete of a drug is the polar form, and that's why drug metabolism is very important. Then we go up to drug elimination. Drug elimination also can also be called drug excretion, and this involves the removal of metabolic waste products of the drug, or the removal of drug metabolites from the body. That's actually what drug elimination is all about. And the major organs of drug elimination are the kidneys, majorly, and you have your other organs like your intestines and your sweat glands. So the kidney is actually the major organ of drug elimination. And drug elimination is actually defined by a parameter called clearance. Okay, clearance is actually the amount of the drug that is removed from the bloodstream per unit time. So clearance is a major pharmacokinetic parameter that is used to determine how much of the drug is eliminated or excreted from the body. And drugs are usually excreted in the form of feces, or urine, water vapor, sweat, and saliva. So these are the major forms in which drug products actually leave the body, either as feces, either as urine, or water vapor, sweat, and saliva. So this is all about what pharmacokinetics is all about. So when we talk about pharmacokinetics, we talk about the processes that involves the movement of drug across into the body and from the body to outside the body. And as I said before, the major processes involved are drug absorption, drug distribution, drug metabolism, and drug elimination. So in drug absorption, the drug is moved from the point of administration into the bloodstream. In drug distribution, the drug is moved from the bloodstream on the central circulation into different cells or into target cells and target organs where it is needed to bring about pharmacological, physiological, and biological effects. And after drug is distributed and it has elicited and carried out the functions, we have drug metabolism. So in drug metabolism, we talk about how drugs are biotransformed, how the body actually converts poisonous substances, poisonous drugs, how the body converts drugs that are non-polar to polar, how the body activates drugs, and this happens majorly in the liver. And in drug elimination, we talk about processes that involves the removal of drugs from the body, which involves the kidneys, the intestines, and the sweat glands. So this is actually the basic stuff about pharmacokinetics. Thank you for joining us today, and see you next time. Thank you.